Wraith Talks.
Hey guys, it's your boy Mix and we're back for Wraith Talks episode 14. And today we're in the Rolls Royce Cullinan Hermes edition, as you can see, brand new 2024, courtesy of VIP chauffeurs. And today's guest, we always keep on getting better, more inspirational, better, more flyer, more funnier, more dashing. You know how it goes, man. Let's see who today's guest is.
My brother.
My brother inside the board is in the building. Come on, man.
Great to see you.
Great to see you as well, bro.
Come on, let's go.
Come on, bud. I see you shouting it, bro. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Life's crazy right now. I think from the first time we ever met, which was how many years ago?
2017, probably.
I don't think I even did clothing.
I don't think you
then.
did.
Nah, I didn't. So the transition and life path has been crazy for both of us.
The ascension is just, man. It's the growth. Great to see, bro. For those that don't know, who is inside the baller? Who is Liam?
Okay, I'm from a small town called Willenhall, which is in between Wolverhampton and Warsaw.
Right.
So I don't really just represent one city or one town. I represent all three. All three mean a lot to me. Obviously, my hometown Willenhall means the most.
Come on.
Wolverhampton City. I'm born in Wolverhampton.
So it's home.
Wolverhampton, Warsaw, Willenhall. It's all home and always in my heart. And without those three places, I wouldn't be the man I am today. And without the communities around and people within those towns and cities, my brand would be nowhere near the level that it is right now.
Of course.
It's a great place.
Bro, all I have to say is before we transcend into the whole journey and stuff did you really make your nan pay that parking ticket?
Nah, I didn't. No, I didn't. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. Obviously, since because that's another journey, my TikTok journey. So you've got my clothing brand, which I'm the face of the brand, but then you've got me as a personality.
Yes.
So it's two different worlds, things, two different worlds. And obviously on TikTok, as much as you get love on there and there's a lot of positivity, there's also the downside and negative side, the trolls, and it don't matter how clean-hearted you are, where you come from, what you do, people are gonna troll you regardless. And we'll get into that further down the line. But no, I didn't make my nan pay the parking ticket.
Because you know how people are, man. Sometimes people are thinking, he made his nan pay the parking ticket.
People actually think just because I live with my nan, that she's funding my lifestyle. Or the
quick to judge,
or they think I'm broke, that I can't afford my own place. But if they knew the true meaning behind it, we can get deeper into that.
No, for sure.
This is a very honest, open talk, insight into me that people don't usually get to see,
which is greatly appreciated as well, man.
No problem, bro. For you, 100%. I appreciate the opportunity.
Bro, always for you.
Great, clean-hearted guy, and the energy and love, it's been there from the get-go since me and you met. So
come on, man.
It's nice that we've transitioned and got this far down the line, that we're linking up like this.
Yeah, it's crazy to think from then to now, and the growth we've both had. It's the universe does mad things, man.
It does, it does, and all paths lead into one.
Bro, facts to that, man. So
100%.
Talking about inside the border, man, I'm seeing it right now, bro. Look at the the detail is crazy, bro.
It is.
Come on, man. I'm loving it.
Okay, so inside the baller, right? When I was in school, I think I'd say year 6, year 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you know how far this stems back from, that I've wanted to do a clothing brand?
No,
it's crazy. Okay, so do you remember when Wiley first introduced Chipmunk to the grime scene? And it was on
Ice Kid days,
yeah, BBC One Extra, right? It was actually, was it on Westwood?
It may have been Westwood TV,
yeah, right. So he was introduced on there with Chipmunk, Ice Kid. Wiley introduced them both, and he started off, and it always sticks with me, right? And Wiley, before he introduced the artist, he's talking about Boy Better Know. Obviously they was the group, but they had the Boy Better Know t-shirts. And he was saying, this clothing thing, it will just make you rich, cuz. And it just, obviously they called it a clothing label back then. It wasn't a clothing brand. talking about the clothing label, and I think from then that inspired me. I've always been fashionable and liked fashion,
Yeah.
so I've got an eye for designing and knowing what would sell. So, but that moment in my heart was when I was in secondary school. That's where I
Wow.
knew I wanted to start a clothing brand.
So all the way from then, you've actually initially
Yeah,
thought in
yeah.
your head, I want to start it.
Yeah,
So then fast forward to when you started it,
yeah,
that
yeah.
transitional period in between then, was that more or less you trying to like research and try get ideas, or
So that point, yeah, I couldn't start something that didn't hold weight, didn't have a
course.
good name,
Yeah.
didn't have good designs. So for years, it took me years to get to the moment where I actually knew what I wanted to call the brand. Because you can't just start a brand with a name that doesn't have weight. Like it's not gonna, you know, it, it's not gonna do well, is it? Like
No, of course not.
if you just call your brand anything,
And just
like,
throw it out there. There's
it's not gonna have longevity. You need something that's
meaningful.
meaningful, not only to yourself but to your consumers and
course.
customers. And it's mad how I come up with a name, like really crazy.
How did you, like, what was the thought process, bro?
Okay, so I come up with a name 2018.
Right.
Right, it was so weird and mad. Like, so I'm not a rapper, but I've always written lyrics.
Okay.
Right. So I go into my local pub, which isn't there now. It's called the Bridge Pub.
Right.
And there's a lad I went to school with, Liam Sayers, Flump, and he's on the Bandit. And I've walked in, right, and at this point in life, I'm always in and out the country. I'm with like certain celebrities, footballers,
Flying
rappers,
out, etc.
yeah, and people from my area must not have been able to work out like, what's this guy do for a living? Like, how's he around these people? Like, he's from Willinghall, like. How's he around these people, going to all these football matches? He's here, there, and everywhere. Like, I think at the time I was like, I got engaged in Paris.
Really?
On Valentine's Day, and
Come on.
well, I'm not married, so obviously it didn't last. But
No, of course not. But
yeah.
the flex itself, like,
and like I think as a 21-year-old, I was 21, so to do that and then drive a Lamborghini around Paris, not many people back them days was doing stuff like that. Obviously now everyone's in the rentals doing whatever.
Then it
That's
wasn't
normal,
really a thing,
but
yeah.
then it wasn't. So most things I've lived and done
Was prior
from a
to-
young age is before you had social media where it was.
So you were
Which is-
living that actual life before it was an actual thing, man.
Exactly. So obviously it made people curious, like,
What does he do?
what's this guy doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously he's asked me, he's like, Liam, he's like, I can't work it out. He's like, what the fuck do you do for a living? He goes, you're living this lifestyle, like, you're always in and out the country. He goes, you're proper fucking balling, right? He goes, you can't do a normal job because you wouldn't get the annual leave for it. You don't shut, because anyone who knows me, I've never done nothing illegal. That's not my life. I'm a very paranoid person. Like, I suffer with anxiety. So that lifestyle right there,
Drive you over the head.
yo, the cheese had come off my cracker. Watching out for the police, watching out for people that want to take what I've got. Like, yeah, that's definitely not for me. I leave it for whoever does that. Like, yeah, man, each to their own. We've all got different lives, man. And I'm just a normal guy that's built up from, which is mad because how I've transitioned to this, I was a support worker for adults with learning difficulties.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people don't know this about me.
I didn't even know this.
Yeah, and then I went into looking after kids in care, teenagers. But luckily, every company I've worked for, they've been very flexible with me. They allowed me to take off whatever time I needed to do whatever I did, because I always stated in the interview, look, I can't be tied to doing weekends.
Of course.
I live a lifestyle where if something comes up, I need to go and do it because it's opportunities I might never get in life. But because I've stated that from the get-go and they've choose to employ me and put that within my contract, it's allowed me the freedom and flexibility.
Fair
So
play to you.
people would think, fucking hell, he must not have a normal job because he's always here, there, and everywhere. But if you pattern up right, like you can do anything. So yeah, going back to it because we're getting off. Well, not off the topic, but yeah, when he said to me,
Yeah.
like, "What do you do for a living? You're proper fucking balling." I come up with a bar. They want to know about inside the baller.
Yeah.
Calling my phone, but I don't answer to private caller. So when I've written that inside the baller, that's like just
Stick
stuck
with ya.
out to me. And it's like, then I've come up with a slogan. They want to know
Okay.
inside the baller, because when you're balling or successful, people really want to know what you do for a living,
Facts.
how you live that lifestyle. It's something we question every day. Like, and it's something we're going to question for the rest of our life because it's one of the first things you want to know when you meet someone, isn't it?
You're right, yeah.
Say, for example, in the car that we're in right now,
Yes.
if you see someone driving this car and they step out, they're dressed in a certain way, got the nice watch on, like, you're going to look at this
Matching
guy.
all
And
the boxes.
exactly. You're going to look at this guy and think, how's this guy
Living this.
got to this part? How's this guy got to where he is in life? They want to know inside the baller. I do it all the time. Like, you know, we're inquisitive as human beings, and yeah, it's always nice to network and meet different people from different backgrounds.
Facts.
And yeah, life's crazy. It has many twists and turns. Really has.
That's actually mad, you know, because I never knew. Like, obviously, I thought inside the baller was an actual thing, but the way that you just said it's come across,
Yeah, I don't
It's
think many
mad.
people actually know
I don't
because
think-
I've not really
talked about it. In that.
talked about it and put it out there like that. I've not promoted it in that way. I think most people who see inside the baller actually think that it's about football.
Because of the
Like
actual
they
word.
relate me to footballers because I go to a lot of football matches.
And you're
Got
around
a lot of friends
footballers.
who
Yeah.
play football from the Prem all the way to non-league. Like, the one thing people know about me and any of my mates who
Yeah.
play football, like, you can be all the way in the Prem, all the way down to non-league. Like, if you're my people, I'm gonna support you regardless,
I
and
respect
I'm happy. Like, as long as my mates are doing well, like, I just want to support and see everyone heading in the right direction and being as successful as they can be.
Come on, bro.
And that's what it's all about. There's a lot of people you know, within industries who are absolute dick riders, and they've their only interest is trying to get to where they can get. Like, anyone who's around me, I've never asked for nothing off no one. Like, I just love living in the moment, creating good memories. Yeah, it's not about me. Like, imagine with the links I've got, yeah, I could make my brand as big as I want it to be and out there as much as I can. But, you know, these guys get asked enough by people to
course.
constantly promote the stuff. Like, so for me, like, it's not about me, or that, like, if you're my friend, I'm gonna hold you down and I've got you regardless. It's not about what we can do for each other. It's just natural, good, positive energies, and yeah, just heading in the same direction together.
And that's what it's all about, because
Yeah.
like, when you move as a unit together collectively and you're pushing towards one mission together, I believe you can achieve so much together.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's crazy,
And
man.
things will just come naturally. It's not forced, you know?
Of course. And so now that inside the borders clicked into your mind now, and you
Yeah.
found your cohesion of like group where you're working together towards the same mission, which is success,
Mhm.
whether it's in different forms, but
Yeah.
together as a unit, you're pushing, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So when did the whole concept of started to put it out? Like, did you start wearing them yourself, or did you
Okay.
start using your network
You know what?
around you?
It was actually like really crazy.
Yeah.
So let's get comfy. I'm
Come
comfy
on.
anyway. But, okay, so what's happened now? Like, I've come up with a name.
Yeah.
You know, I've written down everything I need to. Obviously, it's took a lot to transition to get it up off the ground. Like, but at the start, yeah, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Okay,
Go on.
my first ever. Okay, so the first way I started, yeah, I've got local suppliers.
Yeah.
You know, big up DF man, SD Prints.
Come on.
Big up Dale, Passion Embroidery. You know, them two guys really helped me get off the ground and set me on my path to get my brand to where it is today. So these are two local lads from Wolverhampton who own their own printing and embroidery business.
Oh, nice.
Right. So they give me the knowledge where to get a wholesale manufacturer that you just buy the stuff in blanks.
Yes.
So the first ever cap I started off with was like it's called Beachfield. It's like a trucker cap. Right? So it's plain. Yeah. Right. So it's not like my cap now. This is all custom made.
This is cool. This
is custom made. Right. So Beachfield is like just you buy the cap blank and then you'll have it printed on or embroidered on. The same with like you buy blank t-shirts. So they give me a link to get the blanks. So I think I ordered like 200 t-shirts and 500 cap.
Wow.
So these like thought I'd lost my mind, like, because nobody who starts a brand
goes that much
drops these numbers. Like they're like people come with like 10 or 20 pieces, like not hundreds. Like, are you sure? Like, because this is gonna cost a lot of money to make. But with me, like in my heart,
you knew this was right.
I knew like whatever I do, like I'm gonna make work regardless. Like I'm not gonna take no L's. Like this is gonna work for me, and I've got so much belief and passion with what I'm doing. Like it can't fail.
That self-belief, it's just
exactly, and you need that. And like obviously, before I started, I didn't know where I was gonna head to. Like I've not even got nowhere near the pinnacle that I plan to reach. So anyway, going back, this Beachfield cap was so shit and flimsy. But you know when I like first made these caps,
you thought like wow,
oh my god, I was wowed. I was like, this is amazing. Like inside the baller I had the signature on the front of it. It was so basic, there wasn't even anything on the back,
on the strap back or anything.
No, like because it's just the cheapest you can buy. I think I didn't for my first ever t-shirts I didn't use Fruit of the Loom. I think I used a brand called B&C,
right?
But there was good quality, but the design was so basic on there, printed on, but it slapped off, and I had a lot of good support. So anyone who supported me from when I first started, and actually genuinely loved the product, like, you know, hats off to you, because I wouldn't have transitioned and got to where I am now to have everything custom made if you didn't support me way back then with my first hat and t-shirt.
Come on.
Like, back then I was so buzzing and so happy to just create something of my own. Like, I think it took away like the whole thing of how cheap it actually was.
But it was a starting point.
It was it was a good starting point, and like it was humbling, like, and very nice to have the support I did from my local area, and even people outside of the area, because now, like, you know, it's
getting regional, regional,
it's worldwide now. You know,
I've seen it in different countries, like posting it. Like, what was the most surrealist part for you, bro? Like when you've had an order, let's say when you like
Lebanon. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I had a guy order, Lebanese guy order loads of caps, t-shirt, and he actually shot a video
of him wearing it.
Of him wearing it.
Fair play.
At his mansion.
That's class,
bro.
I said mansion,
bro.
Inside the baller,
inside the baller. They want to know, bro. You wouldn't believe it. Like this, I think this crib's like worth something like 22 million, and it just proves like the reach on through social media
is powerful. Like,
yeah,
people get deceived. Like, it doesn't matter where you start or what follower base you have. It's about who's seeing it.
It's mad, because they say like all the time when you own a business, they're like, what's your target audience? But I can't say I've got one specific target audience, because so many people buy from me from all different backgrounds and walks of life. Like, people buy for their granddads, which is mad.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God. People's granddads wear my hats and tracksuits. There's one girl, Danielle,
from
by loyal sides. Like she buys all the time for her dad, like caps, t-shirts. He loves my stuff.
That's mad.
Like, and he's like, I'd say, I don't hate to put an age on it, but maybe 50 to 60. We can all aspire to be ballers, even if you're not balling, you know?
It's a manifestation as well, right? Which I
Exactly,
presume what
exactly.
inside the borders as well. Like
Yeah.
when you're wearing it, you want your clientele to be feeling like I'm a baller,
Exactly.
which is
exactly.
manifesting them to actually do the hustle
Yeah.
to become the baller.
Obviously, you can be a baller in many different ways.
Yeah.
Whether it's success, whether you're talented, you can be balling in love as well. Well, I'm balling in love. I've got my nan.
Come
Obviously,
on.
you've already seen Nanny Monica. You know,
I'll
I got
that not in one, man. Trust me.
big up Nanny Monica. But yeah, like it's crazy. Life's surreal. Takes many twists and turns. But yeah, it's mad. And now we're in the back of the Rolls Royce, the roller.
But Wraith
With the
Talks, we
star-
do it
Wraith
big with the
Talks, man.
stars. Under the stars, with a star. Do you know what I
That's
mean?
it, man. I'm trying.
come on, man.
If I'm lying, I'm dying. But we're living and giving.
Trust me.
That's
Big
it.
facts, man.
Big facts.
So moving on to that as well. I've always wanted to ask somebody who's actually a designer as well. Like,
Mhm.
so when you're making your clothes, like, do you look at
Yeah.
stuff like Fashion Week and stuff for inspiration, or where do you draw inspiration from for your sort of creations when it comes to stuff like?
Okay, so with mine, yeah,
Yeah.
obviously I'm massive on you know, putting out there something that you want to live to be.
course.
So on my one cap, right? So my caps, obviously everyone wears D squared caps,
Of
but
course.
for me, D squared isn't relatable to the consumer. Like if you
Yeah.
look at what's on a D squared cap, it doesn't really make
It's
sense.
just
Right.
mountains and
It's like,
random
it's just
stuff.
yeah, it's stuff to do with Canada,
Yeah,
but it's stuff that it's just mumbo jumbo. Like
I understand.
what it says on there, like how can you live to aspire to be that? So if you've noticed on many of my caps I've got positive quotes,
Of course.
you know. So I've got one that says long-term success equals mindful and calculated moves.
Right.
So in order for me, the reason I created that and put that together
Mhm.
is because in order for me to get to where I've got to today, right, I want long-term success. So to get there, I've had to make mindful and calculated moves.
Okay.
Then I've got a next one that says live and learn, tables turn, and bridges burn. So I think I saw live and learn as one, tables turn, and bridges burn as one.
Yeah.
And I've just put it all together to make my own. Because it's true, like you have to live and learn, tables turn, and bridges burn. So with anything in life, we've all experienced that.
Facts, man.
And it's something we will experience till the day we die. We're constantly living and learning. We're constantly having tables turn and bridges burn all the time.
It's a part of the evolution of life and growing as an inner self, right?
Exactly. And there's loads more quotes, but if I give them to you, someone might steal them.
We'll save those for that.
We'll save them for the merchandise. Make sure you keep checking out Inside the Baller on all social media platforms.
Come on.
And online, and you'll see the sauce I'm coming with. 100%.
Serious, but we're going to move on to our next segment, which is the first
Okay.
little game segment we have.
Okay.
And it's
okay.
called Guess the Drink, sponsored by Snack Attack UK. It's a little potion.
Aye, the potion.
Non-alcoholic, yeah.
Aye, look at this, man. This
It's looking all
Man, I'm gonna have to stick out the pinky to sip this one.
connoisseur in it, yeah?
Mm.
Let us know what you think it is. Like, if you don't know the brand, maybe the flavours, or what sort of vibe are you getting off it?
Mm. Taste test time. Top tier taste test.
Come
Big
on.
up Snack Attack. Bro, this reminds me of KA.
Really?
I swear to God. Which KA though? Like the tropical one?
Sure?
Like pineapple KA?
It smells like it, I'll give you that.
That's mad. I like the glass though.
Wraith Talks,
Yeah.
Rolls Royce, you know what I mean? Like, we've got to do
It
it right.
matches, man. It matches.
Thank you, man.
I'm gonna go KA pineapple.
Pineapple, yeah? Okay. You're not going to believe this.
Oh God.
It's a mad one. It's called Lifeguard still. It's a
No
Japanese. It's a Japanese drink. And I believe it's got 7 vitamins, 7 amino acids, and it's a royal jelly
Listen,
flavour.
let me neck this. I need that. I need all that goodness.
Big up snack attack.
Yeah, that's really nice. No
Oh,
way. No way.
You wouldn't think it, would you?
That tasted, and think probably all the badness in KA,
And all that artificial flavour.
and that's got good stuff in for you. Damn, I've never known a fizzy drink
to actually have
taste
some
so
positive.
good and have positivity. That's good. I'll take that. No way.
We win every day, man.
Every day, B. No way.
Moving forth now, like,
Okay.
so obviously you've gone onto TikTok.
Yeah.
The TikTok started to cause noise.
Mm-hmm.
So how have you started to react towards this now, where you've started to do? You're being, for you that don't know, you're just being your normal self.
Yeah.
You're being Liam, like how we know you,
Yeah.
and you're doing the jokes and everything as well aside.
Yeah.
But when it started to cause traction now, and obviously Inside the Ball is already naturally doing what it's doing, which is an amazing thing, as everyone knows. If you don't know, you need to know.
Exactly.
But how have you like reciprocated that energy now towards?
Okay, you know what's crazy? I've got to big up Mr. Miami every time.
Pick up Mr.
He
Miami.
told me to get into TikTok
Yeah.
years ago when he first started.
Really?
I went on the app and it just wasn't for me.
Okay.
I couldn't get into it. I couldn't enjoy it. But it was the same with Snapchat. When Snapchat first come around,
Yeah.
it takes you a while
To
to
understand.
warm towards something and understand how to use it. So
course.
anyway, I've only just got into TikTok, which is crazy,
Right.
since October.
Really?
I think October I had just about 1,000 followers.
Okay.
I wasn't posting consistently. I've just hit 20k followers, so that's nothing on that platform, but in a short space of time,
That's quite good.
and the views that I've got and positivity around it, and well wishes, and being stopped out in public for pictures, videos, like it's crazy, like how far I've come in a short space of time. And then even more so, which is crazier, like people wanting to invite me down to the food places to eat for free, and people have even offered to pay me to come and eat at the food places.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then people sending me care packages.
Come on,
Like, I'll endorse anything. I know I've got my own thing, but naturally, I know I'm gonna get to where I'm gonna be regardless. There's not no competition for me. Like, I'm willing to help anyone and push them in the right direction. But yeah, anyway, backpedaling. There was one video. This video, right? This video right here, is what's led me to where I am today with my TikTok. If it wasn't for this video, I probably wouldn't be doing it like consistently.
Wow.
I made this one video and it went viral,
What
and
was
like for the wrong like it was crazy.
it? For the wrong reasons.
Yeah, for the wrong reasons. Like it was really bad.
What's happened?
Like, okay, so I think this video's got like 1.4 million views.
Wow.
But it's like my most viral video on there.
Yeah.
And that's what I gained loads of followers from. And it's boosted me to where I am right now. So, me and the lads are on holiday in Magaluf.
Right. As you do.
As you do. A lad brings a woman back to the hotel.
As you do.
Right? So, me naturally, like, I don't want to be in that room with whatever's going on, so I give them the privacy, and I leave.
Of course.
Right, so I go down to the lobby, sleep in the lobby. Come,
Yeah, of course.
Listen, if you got, the bro code, you let your bro pattern up.
Do his thing.
No cop blocking.
Nah.
Like, we keep it real.
Come on.
So anyway, I've come back to the hotel. Like, this girl's a long time gone now. He's done what he's doing. I've walked into the room. Right, but I'm filming. But I don't have a clue what I'm about to see.
Okay.
On the bed, there's a big pool of blood.
Whoa.
Right. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, nah. So I'm laughing. Nah. What the? Right. I go out into the next room. The tampon's on the floor. Right. So, obviously, the girl must have knew that she was coming back to the hotel she was on. She must have just pulled the tampon out and dashed it.
Yeah.
Right. So I videoed that. Right. I didn't even think this video was gonna go viral.
It was.
I just posted it because it was funny. You know, I was respectful, and I didn't show anyone's face who was involved.
Of course.
Right? I didn't mention no names, right? Because people don't need to know that. Like, so whoever was in the video was nothing to do with that video.
Yeah.
Like, both of the participants, you know, they was both consenting. They both knew what they was doing. They was both adults. Like, yo, it's no one's business. Yeah, the rest is history. So that video's gone viral. Oh my God, the comments. People was going wild. It's gone that viral, right? The girl who was involved
Has
like
come at you.
has direct messaged me,
Oh.
but she's going mad at me, telling me to take the video down. But
Yeah.
she's done it in a way, like a threatening way. So, you know, if she would have come to me correct and she would have said to me, I don't agree with it, like, can you please take it down?
You'd have been
I
like,
promise you,
yeah.
I would have took it down.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I'm an honest, honourable guy. But because of how
100%.
she come at me, I was like, you know what, fuck you. That's staying up.
Because the energy
Like,
she's come to
yeah,
you,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
yeah,
reason
yeah.
to come that way.
Yeah, but she didn't need to come at that because no one would know it was even about her. Her face wasn't in it. She wasn't even in the room when I did the video. Like, it mentioned no names. Like, so there's no way that could ever come back to you.
So the animosity is just for no reason, and essentially, yeah.
But I understand, like, the comments was harsh.
Of course.
But as much as she got bad comments, I took a lot of the brunt
Backfire
because
as well, yeah.
people was like,
Why have you done this?
yeah, mad at me. But people in the comments, like, people are fickle on TikTok. Like,
Yeah.
they say mad stuff. Like,
They think
you
it's
know,
reality as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But-
like, as much as you get positivity on there,
There's
like,
negativity.
just so much negativity. But
course.
that's why characters do well
Yeah.
on TikTok, because the negative side and people saying bad stuff, that's just boosting you and elevating you even more.
Because
Like,
it's a further drive, right? Like
Yeah.
they can talk upon as much negative as they can,
yeah,
but
yeah.
in fact, it's just going to do the opposite for you. It's going to use it as fuel.
It's like, I've got trolls on there that troll me all the time, comment the same shit all the time, but these people don't follow me, but they watch my stuff that much that they know to comment all the time. So their search button for me must be going crazy.
Which is helping you anyway
Yeah,
for this free. So
Definitely. I want the trolls to keep trolling me. You know, I'm not a hard person to find. I'm still yet to see a troll come speak face to face with me, because maybe I can, you know, enlighten you and educate you a little bit. And you know, if we have the conversation, then you can see the type of character that I am. Like, so when I'm inviting trolls
yeah,
to come face me to face, it's no violence, just love and peace and positive energy. But I want to enlighten your minds and, you know,
inform you properly.
yeah.
Of course, man.
Exactly. Because I've had people come up to me before and say, like, they've saw me online and they think, like, this guy's a sausage, right? But then when they've come up to me and spoke to me in person, they're like, you know what? You're actually a proper nice,
Person,
genuine, down to earth guy, and that's just me and all I ever can be. That's why my videos are so organic. You know, like, any videos I
It's
make,
always being you, yeah.
yeah, I don't do videos after video, like, to get the perfect one. Like, I just do one take. Like, you see on my videos a lot, I stutter, or like I get tongue twisted, but I still roll it out
Of course.
because that's what I've gone for. That's what I'm trying to be. I'm not staging nothing. I'm not setting things up to look perfect.
And that's the thing, you've always got to be the authentic you, and that's what you've always been, whether it's inside the border or
Yeah,
Liam as a person,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you on TikTok. It's always been consistent. There hasn't been wait a minute, that's not you. Like, no one that knows you personally can ever call you out on social media and be like, oh, that's not you,
Exactly.
because you're being you.
Exactly.
And I think that's the issue we live in this society today, is that a lot of people are trying to be a complete different person online as opposed to what they are in real life, whereas
Yeah,
it doesn't really add up. Like, you,
Nah,
I always
it
feel
doesn't.
when you be authentic and you do your thing, it's more like it transpires better with people, and that's
Yeah,
why inside the
100%.
border's doing what it's doing, bro. And
Exactly.
that's why footballers or celebrities are
Yeah.
endorsing it.
Exactly. And another thing I'd like to put out there,
course.
like, so obviously celebrities,
Yes,
footballers, rappers, boxers,
whatever.
MMA fighters, whatever, like, these people can wear and buy anything they want.
Yeah.
They get sent free stuff to them all the time.
From every brand you can think of.
Yeah, every brand you can think of. Right. Obviously, some brands pay.
Of course.
I'm not at the level to pay anyone, so I feel highly blessed and privileged to have these people
Select your clothing.
representing and wearing it, because for someone like me from a town like Willing, or small town with a lad that's got big dreams, like, it's surreal.
Of course.
Like, seeing this happen lets me know I'm going in the right direction and getting to where I'm going, because not once have I ever paid these people to wear my stuff, right? They're wearing it because they genuinely like it, right? And off their own back. It's like
the energy of the brand as well.
And now, like, overseas rappers, Prince of New York, J.I.
That's what I mean.
Like, he's on stage performing in my clothing. He was next to French Montana in my jeans.
That's
like,
big, man.
That's crazy. Big. Like, French Montana, and J.I. I do believe, like, he'll be the next big thing. He's on his path. His music, it's very influential.
Yeah.
You can relate to it. His lyrics, unreal. His stage performance, and he's a rapper that, like, so J.I. as a rapper, on stage, like, he sounds exactly how he does as on a track. Because there's a lot of rappers that on stage, like, their performances on the mic, they don't sound nothing like how they do in the studio or on the track. And J.I. actually legit sounds just
exactly the same.
Yeah,
so without auto-tune, reverb, it's just the same.
He's super talented.
That's
like,
rare as well in this day and age.
Yeah. Like, and he's such a cool, humble, down-to-earth guy.
Big up J.I., man.
Yeah, man. Big up J.I. every time. And for him to bring me out to his show in Birmingham and his show in London, like, that's mad love. Like, it's unheard of. Like,
and that's mad though, because I think for you it's flowers as well, to show you how much belief and passion you've put into Inside the Baller, that it's gone overseas, and overseas has come over here to your doorstep, and you're actually seeing it in real life as well. That feeling in itself must be crazy for you.
No, it is. It's like, so the transition from, like, I left school with nothing.
Of course.
I don't have a good relationship with my mom. Like, the way I've been brought up, like, it's been difficult. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but I was raised by my nan. Right. So I was raised by my nan since the age of 4. I lived with my mom and dad up until I was 4 years old. Very hostile relationship. Obviously, for reasons, I had to go live with my nan. But then my family, which was wrong of them, like, stopped me from seeing my dad. Like, my dad, we're a massive part of each other's life now. I missed out on a big chunk of my life from the age of 4 up until I was 28. I missed out on having my dad in my life, but now we've reunited, and since the age of 28 to now, I'm about to turn 32. Like, we're really close and have a very good father-son bond. But we should never have, like, been parted.
Of course.
And sometimes, like, parents, like, the mothers can poison your mind that much that, like, even though your father's done wrong, it can make you think in a certain way. And for a long time I thought in a certain way, but my mum never really cared for me. If it wasn't for my nan, I wouldn't be where I am today. And you know what,
big up Nanny Monica, man.
Big up my nan, because without her and my granddad, I wouldn't be the man I am today. The only wrong they ever did was stop me from seeing my dad. Because my dad was a loving father. He did everything he could for me. And sometimes when the odds are stacked against you, sometimes you just got to take it and, just hope for the best. But naturally, we've come back together and it's made us stronger. We shouldn't have missed out on all them years, and it's a shame, but we're making up for it now. And yeah, man, I love my dad because, he's only ever tried to steer me in the right direction, and, he's helping boost me and bringing the best out of me that, he can, and what any father should do for the son. So, so basically, with my mum, so, the day that you go and collect your results. Right, so I've gone to collect my results from school. I know I've done shit, like, I've done bad, I've failed. I've left school with nothing. And the first thing my mum said to me is, she's gone mad at me, and she's like, oh, you're never going to amount to nothing. You're going to be nothing but a bin man. You're going to be working for minimum wage for the whole of your life.
Wow.
Like, imagine, like, I feel shit as it is, but someone, like, a mother figure to you, that, like, your mum's meant to be on a pedestal.
Yeah, of course.
And
by all means.
you're meant to love her with all your heart. Like, this is someone that's brought you into the world. So imagine if I've had that from someone that's born me into the world, and she's like she's done nothing, but she's never given me no positivity. She's always been negative towards me, always tried to destroy me. Like, how have I remained so positive to get to where I am today when I've had that start in life? Do you get what I'm saying? And you know, I don't agree with like this is hard to talk about because
No, of course.
like you know, certain things shouldn't be spoke about and put out there, especially when I'm not trying to run my mum, but
Yeah.
I need to give you the harsh reality. Like, behind closed doors, a lot goes on that people don't see and will never understand or have heard of. But like, honestly, if it wasn't for my nan, like, my nan's done everything she could to give me the best start in life and, you know, help keep me on track and keep me away from negativity. Because people go through things in life, and
Yeah,
you know, when they've had a bad upbringing, it could, you know, I could have chose many routes. The streets have always shown me love. So being around certain people I've been around, like, I could have quite easily took the easy route, made money the quick way, ended up in jail in the system. Like, but I always knew that wasn't for me, and I've always stayed positive, knowing whatever's real will prosper. And I knew, it sounds mad, but I always knew I was never going to be a nobody. Like, I'm a somebody.
Of course.
And I knew like, regardless or no matter what, I'm going to get to where I'm going and nobody can't stop me. And the things that have drove me is all the negativity and hatred my mum's portrayed towards me and channeled towards me, and the school teachers as well, because like
the system can sometimes be detrimental.
And it's sad, really, because, you know, when you come from a broken home and you're misunderstood and you've gone through things, like, people should really try and uplift you and help push you in the right direction and sort of understand. That's why I'm very understanding, because I've come from that. That's why I did well looking after adults with learning difficulties, teenagers in care.
You understand them.
Yeah. I'm relatable, you know. Obviously, I've always been lucky to have a home and a roof over my head and have my nan and granddad. But before that, like, yeah, it wasn't all glitz and glamour. Like, my nan and granddad are working class people. My granddad worked in a factory. My nan was a librarian. Like I said, they did the best they could for me, you know, to make sure birthdays and Christmases was good for me. My nan didn't need to take me on, right? Like, that was her choice, and, you know, she gave me a good life and she did what she could. Like, because think, at that stage in her life, I think she probably took me on at the age of 50.
Yeah.
About 45, around them ages. And so that's when her life should be beginning. She shouldn't realistically be taking on another child.
She should be enjoying her life at this point. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's very difficult because, like, my nan to me is my only mother figure.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
But then it's hard to me because my nan's always said to me, look, you're not my son, right? You're my grandson. You've got your mother. But then, if that's the case, why raise me like I'm... It's confusing, because why raise me like I'm your son and stop me from seeing my dad when my dad wanted to be a part of my life? It's hard because...
Perhaps maybe, I think, for the point of maybe trying to stop your dad seeing you, maybe she was just trying to, like, hone you away from distractions at a young age.
Yeah.
Because when you're young, you always have that vulnerable mind. So to save confusion, perhaps maybe there was that sort of essence of, like, luring you into, like, a safety net. That makes sense?
Yeah, I get that.
That could be a thing.
It's difficult. And one thing I will say, like, for any mothers out there, if fathers want to see their child, right?
Yeah.
And they're not deadbeat, or there's no like
Hostility.
like there's no badness around, right? Let the man see the child. Like, child robbery is horrible, and children do need both parents. And yeah, so as long as the guy's not letting you down week in, week out, or bringing any badness around, then yeah, everyone deserves a chance. Like, you've got to put aside, like, if your relationship hasn't worked out, you need to put your differences to one side and work together so you can be good co-parents. Like, I think a lot of people like struggle to co-parent and work good together because they're seeing things how they want to see it, and just because the relationship didn't work out, they don't want a relationship to work out between the father and the child.
Yeah, this is very
mad,
true.
and
It's very deep. It's a very deep one, that is.
yeah,
But
it
it's
is,
true.
it is. And I'm a guy I've experienced everything
Mhm.
from a young age, and still to now I experience crazy
Emotions
stuff.
and
Yeah.
But I'd say all those trials and tribulations you've been through have made you the man you are today.
100%.
And I feel sometimes as well, speaking of experience, you have to go through emotions and roller coasters of emotions and experiences to make you strong enough to prepare you for what's to come, perhaps, as well. So,
And
Yeah.
with everything I've been through, I never been broke or
come on,
folded, like, and yeah, I never been
true
broke
hustler.
or folded, and yeah, that's why I've got to strive so much and get to where I'm going, because I need to break the cycle. Like, within my family, like, everyone's just been working class. No one's really set up a business and been an entrepreneur and a real
Gone into the
hustler and
unknown
go-getter.
realm, yeah.
Like, and I'm a real hustler and go-getter. Like, if you know me through the clothing, I've sold this from the boot of my car. I've done the graft, day in, day out. I've gone long distances. I've really gone out my way for my customers, and people don't see the time, the money, time, and effort that you put in behind the scenes. And it's not just all about getting the product made and selling it. Like, there's so much to a business that you have to, do.
Definitely, man.
It's crazy. Like, honestly, whatever you do in school does not prepare you for the real life reality and world. Like, there's no way. You have to be hands-on and you have to learn yourself. Running a business isn't easy. That's why I take my hat off to anyone who starts something out of nothing.
And
it's really difficult.
It's just the self-motivation, the going on days when you don't feel like going. Like,
Yeah.
you can imagine, like, sometimes you're feeling
Exactly.
on an empty tank, but you still have to go and do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's true, man.
Top 5 crepes.
Bro, so top 5 crepes, man. I want to know what Liam, the Inside Borders, top 5 crepes are, and I know they ain't going to be basic. Quick 5 round.
I think I'm gonna shock you,
Come
So
on.
obviously, since I've had my clothing brand,
Yeah.
I don't really do designer no more.
Okay.
Which is crazy, because a lot of guys that own clothing brands rarely wear their own stuff and just wear all designers. Me, I wear at least one piece of my clothing every day,
Fair
if
play.
not the full drip.
course.
Okay, so we're gonna get into this blog class. Right. Alright, let's start. Let's take my one crepe off right now. Right. So this is one of them. I'm not gonna do any particular order. I'm just
Okay.
gonna give you the top 5.
That's cool, bro.
So here we have Steve Madden. These are fresh. They're that fresh. They still got the label on at the bottom.
Jeez.
Did I wear them specifically for today? So Steve Madden, right? The designs, right? The quality for what you pay, top tier. If I'm lying, I'm dying, but I'm living and giving, and I'm really busting you on these.
Come on.
Yeah, these crepes, like, so comfy, really stylish. Like, look yourself, like,
Yeah, it's not a joke, man. The quality is mad.
and look at the detail.
Steve Madden's I know about Steve Madden, man. He's a
No,
G.
yeah, the proper. I think, is he from America?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think
Pretty sure he
might
is.
be something to do with the NFL. Maybe.
Maybe.
But yeah, the
I'm
crepes,
more
are,
into
the
NBA,
crepes
so-
are elite. I seen one shorty wearing them before. I was like, yo, babes, where'd you get them trainers from?
Come
It's
on.
like Steve Madden. I was like, yeah, if they're good enough for you, they're good enough for me. Boom. Number 2, Zara. The crepes in Zara,
Yeah.
for the price that you pay, right? Because don't forget, I'm a man that knows clothing,
Yeah, of
so
course.
I know how much it costs to manufacture things.
Come on.
So I'm refusing now to support designers because like everything's got the price, but the way we're getting outpriced
Yeah.
for designers and clothing now, and it's nowhere near the quality that it used to be. You know, designer back in the day, it was durable, lasted long, way better quality for cheaper price, but now you pay more and it doesn't even last.
No, of course.
So that's why I'm sort of against designers, and I'm more for supporting local up and coming brands and independent brands. Like, that's where I'm about.
Fair play.
So Zara, yo, people, take this one in, you know. I'm busting you free game. You can look very good for a cost-effective price. Number 3, Cleanse. Have you heard of Cleanse?
Yeah, I had the Cleanse, yeah.
Bro, they're hard. They're better than Dior. Okay, they look a lot similar,
Yeah.
but they're not quite exactly Dior's, but the comfiness, the quality, yeah, top tier.
Come on.
Really, like, big up Cleanse, like,
That's
their trainers, elite. Sephora, where do I go for? Okay, I'm gonna have to throw some designer in there, right?
Ooh,
Now.
we're cooking now.
Okay, Dolce & Gabbana. Right, that's why you see the Italian flex, yeah.
Come on, man.
You see the Italian colours. The reason I implicated Italy
Yeah.
into my clothing, not because I've got Italian in me, because my favourite brands are from Italy.
Fair
Dolce & Gabbana, Gucci. That's the reason I put it into my clothing.
Which makes
So
sense.
yeah, Dolce & Gabbana, their trainers, elite, the designs, top tier, comfy footwear. For a designer brand, their footwear is actually very comfy to wear.
Well, Neo wore them at the halftime show as well.
Yeah. And then, okay, I'm 5. Another designer. Actually, no. Do I want to? Don't I?
Ooh.
Where do I go with 5? Where do I go with 5? Who do I give the 5th spot to?
Maybe Nike? Really
Could be. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll give it to Nike. I'm gonna give it to Nike Shocks.
Classic.
You know what?
Classic.
Nike Shocks for me. Back in school discos.
You were the man if you all had them.
Like, yeah, you'd wear what? You'd wear Nike Shocks with jeans. Look, it's a mad combination.
That and like a white tee, good to go.
Yeah. Nike Shocks, like, they're the elite trainers from my era. I think the best trainers ever dropped. Like, honestly. Plus, they give me a nice, being short, they give me a nice platform.
Come on.
They boost me up. So yeah, Nike Shocks.
Bro, that was top 5 crepes. Like, this talk in itself has been crazy. From the segments that was introducing, talking about Liam inside the baller, to the segment on chapters, which you'll see, which is Cut the Lights, which is like a more in-depth personal.
Yeah.
So like the way the brand's growing, to endorsements, even to top 5 crepes, and like just seeing you as a person and the retrospect from where you started to now, even with social media and where you're going, like what else can we expect from inside the board and Liam to come in 24 that we can give as an exclusive, or maybe a little gem that we can give before we end?
Okay, so you can expect a lot. This year I'm taking doors off hinges.
Jeez.
I'm doing the most that I can do.
Yeah.
The most I've ever done. Like, you know, this is a year of growth and transition, and showing people the level and levels of inside the baller and myself. So yeah, from start to finish, like you saw already, you know, me and Miami on stage with J.I.
Come on.
You know, for us, from Miami to Wolverhampton to New York to London, that's absolutely crazy, and it's something that both of us never expected to do. So that's a big statement and start to the year.
Come on.
So if that's how I've started, how am I going to finish? What's in the middle? I can tell you, I'm going to do my first ever big collaboration with a music artist and a footballer. Right. I haven't even planned nothing yet, but I'm that confident that it's going to happen. I'm speaking it into existence.
Manifesting
that's what you need to do with manifestation.
Yep.
You know, I manifested in 2020 that I was gonna have JI wearing my clothing. I wrote it down on a piece of paper, bro. How I met JI, I don't want to bust too much game to people on how I did it. I'll tell you off camera how I did it, right? But imagine his show, I wasn't even meant to be at his show. I tried to get tickets, it was sold out. Luckily, I commented on one of his pictures saying I needed tickets. A girl DM'd me and was like, I'm selling 2 tickets. Like, this was a day before the show, right? This was like last year when he first come to the UK.
Yeah, of course.
So I went to the show. I absolutely winged it. Didn't know what to expect. Boom, I got the link to JI, met him at the show, and then from there, we've just stayed in contact, and then he's brought us out to the Birmingham and London show, which is massive, and now he's talking about, you know, we can come out to America to see his show live and be a part of it.
Overseas, baby.
That's
Overseas.
That's massive. Yeah, man.
Bro,
So,
that's energy, man.
yeah, you can expect a lot. Like, you're gonna see my clothing just level up and go to a different level. I've never actually done a marketing campaign for my brand, which is crazy. Like, I hate photo shoots, but I've got to learn to love them, and I've got to do them because it's the best for my brand and to portray that lavish lifestyle.
Come on, man.
So now you're gonna see lavish. You're gonna see it all. You see us in the Wraith right now. Wraith Talks.
Wraith Talks. Come on, we do big, every luxury Rolls Royce is in this show.
Exactly. So, you know, that just shows the direction I'm heading in and the doors that are opening, and I really appreciate you for the opportunity and
thank you
know,
as well,
bringing me through, honestly, and shout out Mr. Miami every time.
Come on, Mr. Miami, man, the last episode, that was crazy, man. He dropped some game on you. I know that's right.
It's good because, you know, seeing people from the same area like link up together, like in our city, it's unheard of. Nobody really wants to help each other, or, you know, people will take help
and not receive back.
Yeah. You don't necessarily give to receive, but if someone's done you a right,
homage should
then
be shown.
And how can you forget about them? And people in our city are quick to take and quick to forget. But, you know, you can never forget the real ones. And stay solid, because the fake always fall off. Where are the fake now? They ain't here.
And on that bar, you've been watching Wraith Talks with Liam, the inside baller. And before you go, drop from your socials, bro, please. Okay,
so my socials are Inside the Baller, and then on TikTok, Liam Inside the Baller, and then my personal Instagram, Liam_Inside the Baller. But stay tuned, man. Like I said, I'm taking doors off hinges.